Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're going to do something a little different. We are performing a full forensic audit on a profound, honestly kind of baffling, biological mystery that is hiding right inside our very own bodies. We're diving deep into the source materials, detailing the extraterrestrial model and the Gnostic War, and we're going to map out a genetic anomaly that absolutely challenges everything we've been taught about human evolution. So dropping right into our investigation, we have to ask a deeply unsettling question about the genetic markers literally flowing through human veins right now. According to the text we're auditing today, there is a literal glitch in the matrix of our biology. I mean, why does a specific segment of the population carry a blood type that acts as a hostile biological firewall against the rest of the human race? Just 15%. That is the statistical reality of this anomaly. A really small fraction of the global population carries this unique genetic signature. And as our sources reveal, this isn't just some quirky medical trivia. It's a forensic marker that the global intelligence apparatus, the deep state, quietly and aggressively tracks. But to figure out exactly why they track it, we've got to understand the science first. Section 1, the Primate Disconnect. To truly grasp the massive scale of this mystery, we first need to look at mainstream medical science regarding human evolution and our supposed family tree. Okay, so according to standard Darwinian evolutionary models, humanity evolved from a terrestrial primate ancestor, right? The whole foundation of this theory, written right there in our blood, is the rhesus, or Rh factor. This is a specific protein, the D antigen, found on the surface of your red blood cells. Its presence is basically the biological tether that connects our blood chemistry directly to our primate ancestors, specifically the rhesus macaque monkey. But here is where we hit a massive biological roadblock. If you have Rh-positive blood, you share a genetic marker with 100% of all terrestrial primates. Gorillas, chimpanzees, macaques, they are all, without exception, completely Rh-positive. But then we have Rh-negative, that 15%. And this isn't just a simple mutation. It is the complete and total absence of a foundational primate gene. From a Darwinian standpoint, it just appears out of nowhere. There is literally zero terrestrial evolutionary precedent for it. Section 2, a biological civil war. Because this genetic anomaly isn't just some passive, harmless marker floating around in your veins, it actually triggers a hostile biological protocol within the human body. We really need to analyze the medical reality of what was historically called the blue baby problem, or hemolytic disease of the newborn, through a process called isoimmunization. If an Rh-negative mother is carrying an Rh-positive baby, her body's immune system does something entirely unthinkable. It recognizes the baby's blood as a foreign entity. It treats it like an alien parasite and literally produces antibodies to attack and destroy it. So the crucial point here is how this quarantine protocol actually plays out. Step 1. The mother lacks the Rh protein, representing what the extraterrestrial lore calls the original human 1.0 hardware. Step 2. The fetus inherits the Rh-positive gene, or the human 2.0 software. And finally, step 3. The mother's biological firewall deploys antibodies to destroy those foreign red blood cells. Think about it. Natural selection should have entirely eliminated a trait that causes a mother's body to actively try to kill its own offspring, and yet it's still here. The sources describe this as a literal biological civil war, fought right at the level of the womb. Section 3, Hardware of the Gods. Now that we've audited the clinical reality, let's decode the classified lore detailed in the source text to see where this ghost in our veins allegedly came from. According to the Gnostic texts we are reviewing, the Rh-negative blood type isn't actually missing anything at all. Instead, it's like a clean operating system. The sources claim this is the unbroken, completely untampered genetic lineage of the pre-Diluvian guardian builders. Basically, it's the genetic echo of an advanced, non-sapien subspecies whose history has been completely intentionally suppressed. And this brilliantly illustrates the flip side of the coin, doesn't it? If R-negative is the clean, original system, well, what is R-positive? The source material actually refers to the R-positive protein as an archonic dampener. It suggests that this protein was a genetic downgrade, a slave code, if you will, installed into a human 2.0 worker caste to act as a limiter, deliberately making us more compatible with the terrestrial biosphere and effectively disconnecting us from higher consciousness. So what does this mean for the 15% who lack this protein? It means they're free from these archonic limiters. The sources call this state the receiver phenotype. Without the genetic suppression of the Rh-positive factor, the Rh-negative body operates as a pure biological high-gain antenna. It is literally a piece of divine resonant technology, naturally tuned to the 110 Hz acoustic grid and capable of profound energetic resonance and direct spiritual contact. And we can actually see a geographic fingerprint of this ancient hardware today. While the global average of Rh-negative blood hovers right around 15%, there is this incredible massive spike among the Basque people of the Pyrenees Mountains. Their Rh-negative rate is nearly 30%. That's double the global average. Combined with their completely isolated language, the source texts present the Basque people as a living time capsule, the modern-day proof of this ancient pure bloodline that somehow survived the genetic downgrade. Section 4, targeted by the deep state. This brings us to the dark truth presented in our sources regarding exactly why the global intelligence apparatus aggressively monitors these specific individuals. The sources outline a pretty terrifying tracking protocol. Because Rh-negative individuals carry unbroken guardian DNA, they are subjected to disproportionate MILAB, or military abduction targeting. The objective? To data mine the original human source code. Because they possess the receiver phenotype, they're targeted by MK-Ultra-style psychological operations to reverse engineer their inherent Gnostic potential. The military-industrial complex and their non-human partners are actively hunting this high-coherence hardware, using constant biometric surveillance just to suppress our extratemporal memory. And the reason for this massive systemic suppression is actually incredibly simple. This bloodline represents a literal existential threat to the archonic control system. These are pure bodies. They lack the genetic dampeners. Because they are naturally tuned to the 110 Hz acoustic grid, they are the only ones biologically capable of overriding the archonic frequency quarantine. A population with fully functional, high-coherence hardware is completely immune to low-frequency propaganda. To the system, they're simply ungovernable. Which leads us to this incredibly powerful conclusion drawn directly from the text. The Rh-negative bloodline is the blood of the serpent. We are living crime scenes. According to this deep dive audit, this anomaly is the final, undeniable proof, written right into our very biology, that we are absolutely not the simple, evolved terrestrial primates we've been told we are. We are hybrids. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to forensically examine your own biology. What hardware are you truly operating on? Are you carrying the limiters of the 85%, or do you carry the receiver phenotype of the 15%? The ultimate truth of our history isn't just buried out there in the dirt, it might be flowing through your veins right now. Thanks for joining me, and keep questioning the code you're built with.